Welcome back, everybody. Thank you guys for tuning in. I hope you're having good luck with your gardening and all of your projects. And without further ado, let's get to today's project. It's something a little bit different than we're used to. So, little backstory. The missus and I have been looking for an antique style or antique gas range for our future house build. Didn't want anything modern, nothing electronic or computerized. So we were in Bisbee, just looking at some consignment stores, and we happened to stop into one, and it's a big, huge warehouse, and we were in there looking around, didn't really see anything. And we were getting ready to leave, and we noticed there was a door in the back that was cracked open, and we peeked through there and found a whole other warehouse full of items. And I'm not kidding, in the back, in the corner, there was like a light coming down through the window, shining on this 1950s Dixie Buttercup gas range, and I'm just about done restoring it. I've taken all the burners out, cleaned them all off, and we run into an issue. This thing originally ran on natural gas, and if I can get the light to go in there, you can see that there's the orifice for natural gas. So I looked all over the internet. Nobody makes these anymore, so I thought, well, I'll just make my own. So I took one. I took one out. Let's see if I can do this. Stupid light is flashing. So I took one out and I cleaned it off, and I put a 1/16 drill bit inside of it, and I filled it with solder. So you see this, the hole is a lot smaller right there. Now we may have to bore that out a little bit, but I'll show you what the difference between the two of these are. So when you have natural gas, you have a larger orifice. Let me put these back in real quick. So with natural gas, you have a larger orifice. And what happens is, I'll show you right now. And you guys don't do this in a shipping container, it's pretty dangerous. Alright, so we'll light that one. Whoa! Okay, that's with the natural gas orifice. This is kind of what we were looking for, but as soon as you turn it up, you get that. Okay, so we come over here to the one I've modified, and voila! That's on full blast. No fireballs. So I'm going to take the rest of them off and do that to them too, and there we go. We've got an adjustable propane flame, just like that. Now this thing, some old lady is selling this on consignment. It is absolutely beautiful. The only damage I could find on it was this little tiny spot right there. The rest of it is in great shape. It works fantastic. All I did was add a couple of fittings. I took all the burners out, obviously, because they look like they're brand new. So I have a sandblaster, and I took these and put them in the sandblaster box and sandblasted all the crud off of them and painted them with high temperature spray paint, and there you go. There's the results. Looks like brand new. You know. And I had to put a couple of fittings on the gas line too, because it was a gas line meant for natural gas, so it has a larger fitting on here. So I added this valve. Make sure everything's turned off because the pilot lights will fill the room up with gas. Added this valve and then this reducer so that I could hook it up to my propane tank. And then voila, there we go. There's the schematics on the back. It doesn't have any information about when it was made, but when I looked online, it looks like early 50s, sometime there. This thing is very well made, and it is in great shape. Look at all the hardware back there. There's no rust. Nothing's rusty. There's like some grease and gunk and junk inside, but that is about it. I mean, it looks like there's a little bit of rust right there, but it looks like it's just surface rust. Everything else looks fantastic. Got some cobwebs here and there. And And this has an oven and a griddle and a broiler. So there's the inside of the oven. There we go, get a better look in there. Look at all the trays, they're all stainless steel. There's no rust on anything in there. There's a little bit of crud, but not much at all. Like the oven inside the camper is dirtier than this. And it's only 30 years old. This is somewhere around 70 years old. Now we close the oven and open the bottom drawer. Now, normally this is where you would store stuff, but you open this up and it has a broiler down here. See the burner? So this is really cool. Look at the hardware. No rust, just a little bit of dust and cobwebs. And it is a Dixie, of course the light's flashing, Dixie Buttercup. I don't know where it said Buttercup on it. Maybe it's not Buttercup. It says something right there too. Permaview, little glass window. Sorry about that. Where did it say Buttercup? Let me just make that up in my head. We know it's a Dixie. I don't know where the Buttercup came from. Maybe I just made that up in my head. Huh, well whatever. There she is. Stupid light. Sorry about the flashing light and the loud noise. We've got a clock. We haven't tested out the electronics on it, but it does have a modern plug on it. So I'm guessing someone did do some restoration on this at one point. It is not easy to film with a sprained wrist, a camera, and a headlamp. But there's the plug on there. This is a modern plug. It's got plastic instead of fabric, braided fabric. From that era, it would have been a braided fabric plug. So somebody replaced that at one point. I don't know if this thing was refurbished. I don't know anything about it. The lady that owned it was like 80 years old. But this is one of my side projects. We're gonna fix this thing up and it'll eventually wind up in the house. So hopefully that wasn't too much me moving around and shaky camera and flashing lights and loud bangs. So thank you guys for tuning in. If you have any questions or comments, pop those down below. Give us a thumbs up. Hit that like button, subscribe, and as always, keep building and try to be good to each other. Some of us aren't here for very long, and a little bit of kindness will go a long way. So God bless you all, and peace. Beautiful weather.